handcuff yourself to limited options when it comes to charging users for your EV charging. Hey, I want to just tell a quick story here on something that we ran across recently. We just replaced a full EV charging system at a hotel. This property was relatively new. It's been open for about a little over 2 years now. And when they built the building, they put in, charging, with the construction and everything, and it was set up in a certain way. And basically they had a basic access control where they had a system that the guest would go into the front desk and tell them they want to use the chargers. They would take a key out there and turn the charger on. So we went in and replaced their chargers with our system, and over the next 6 months, the hotel actually realized a gain of about 20% on their charging revenue, because they were able to implement some variable rates for one, and actually charge a little bit more for the guests, because the way they were doing it didn't sit real well, right? Like they were, oh, we want $15, and people were like, well, what if I only need $10 worth of charge, right? So there was a lot of discrepancy on there, so that they saw a huge gain, and this is all about helping you with some best practices. So this is the first video that I'm doing on our 5 best practices, with the number 1 practice being charging fees. So think about the charging fees. The charging fees are what we are going to charge the user, the EV driver, for getting that power through our system. And there's many ways, okay? There's many things that can be done in that. So you want to make sure you're thinking about these when you're trying to decide what's the right solution for your property. So we'll start by looking at how can you charge. So you can obviously charge a person for a flat fee, right? Like, hey, if you want to plug up, we're going to charge you $15. You can charge them on a time-based thing, okay? Maybe by the hour, by the minute, however you want to do that. You can charge them by usage, by consumption, which really the consumption is the fairest way to do it, because that way, just understanding the whole thing, some cars charge faster than others, some will need more than others. So the most fair way to do it is by the kilowatt per hour. But you can also do combinations of this. You can have, access fees on top of kilowatt hour fees, so that you can better align yourself to get the ROI you're looking for, right? Sometimes we have properties that'll put a flat $1 or $2 fee just to plug in, and that helps pay for the equipment, and then they charge a little less for the power itself. So we want to make sure we're looking at all these fees and what's capable with the system when you're putting that together. Also look at, do you have the ability to set demand or peak time charges, right? Can you set a time in the middle of the day? Because you might be on one of the programs with your utility company where you're actually paying 20, 30, 40% more for your power between 2 and 6 in the afternoon. And so you have somebody pull up, use your charger, you should be able to charge them more, right? You want to make sure, and this is where that hotel I was telling you about earlier, they were getting quite a bit of public use of their charger. So by upping the rates during the day when the guests were in transition, the public was paying a little bit more, and they were paying higher rates on their power, but it helped them, do better and get that money back. So that's a big thing, is make sure you have time slots, you have, variable changes in there that you can do. Another big thing to look at is, can you do delay charges or penalty charges, things of that nature. This is when that guest has charged their car, or that user has charged their car in full, but, they ran off and they're, traveling to town or walking Main Street all afternoon while other people are waiting to use your charger. So this is putting in some fees to make them move. Another thing to look at when it comes to charging fees, do you have the capability of setting different rates for special members or groups, things like that? As hoteliers, we always got to think about, what's coming for those diamond members, right? Like we know how that's going to go. Diamond member, I want cheap charging. I want a discount. Why don't I get a discount? Well, make sure you're going to be able to do that as you put your system together, and make sure that's something that you want to make sure that's thought out as you put your plan together. So if you want some more information on any of this, feel free to reach out to our team. Just send an email out to sales@stayincharge.com, or look us up and hit us up any way you'd like. Hope this information helps you better understand EV charging. See you next time.